Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel, to my videos, and to everyone who's been getting personal readings from me. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'm going to link to my websites in the description. Also a reminder, today's the last day to book a reading for 10% off, and you can book it today for a date in the future. That's fine, but the coupon will become expired at midnight. So just FYI about that. So this is going to be the Divine Feminine's energy reading. I'm going to be using my new deck, which is a chakra deck, to see what's going on for the Divine Feminine. So let's go ahead and see what's happening. I definitely was feeling that the Divine Feminine are like freeing themselves from certain mindsets, freeing themselves from certain like perception, self-beliefs, and I feel like expressing themselves a bit more freely, a bit more openly to the people in their lives. The Divine Feminine energy. Okay, so the first card is acceptance. So some Divine Feminine, you may be accepting your truth, accepting that who you are is who you are, that you've been guided to this place in your life, and everything has kind of contributed to who you are and what it is that you do, especially regarding soul purpose and just the spiritual path that you're on. And the bottom of the deck for that was isolation. So I feel like you're like breaking out and speaking your truth about that spiritual aspect of yourself, about the plans that maybe or parts of yourself that you kind of put to the side. I'll put it like there. And I'm going to pause real quick to see if I can fix the way this is zooming in. Okay, so I hope that fixed it a little bit. Okay, so second card for the energy of the Divine Feminine. Okay, rejection. So this is obviously talking about hearing the naysayers, hearing them in your ear, feeling like they're close by, just watching you ready to tear something down or ready to tear an idea down. I feel like some people, some Divine Feminine with this rejection card, you've been scared of being rejected, which is why maybe you haven't pursued something or you haven't done something because you're not sure what the outcome's going to be like. And you have literally this ghost surrounding you trying to say, oh, it's not going to work. Why would it work in your favor? Bottom of the deck is the guilt card. So you may have some type of fear that if you break through and do something new, do something where break free of whatever commitments you have that maybe no longer resonate with you, that if you state that or you actually try to pursue something in a different field or a different career, that it won't work, that you'll receive rejection, that you'll get a lot of naysayers. So let's see one more card for the Divine Feminine. So the last card we have is growth. So literally starting something new. You may be seeing early manifestations of all of the work and energy that you've been putting into a project or an idea. You're starting to see the positive outcome. Or you're thinking about what your growth has been this far and what you want your growth to be like going forward. There we go. Bottom of the deck is wisdom. So yeah, I feel like some Divine Feminine have been very reflective of their path thus far, thinking about how much they've grown as a person, how much they've grown as a spiritual person as well on this journey. So let's go back to this acceptance card and see what this is about. A lot of self-acceptance, acceptance of who you are, acceptance of the path that you've been on and the guidance that you've been receiving. I feel like sometimes there can be hesitance to pursue something or to do something that you've been feeling guided to do, but it looks like Divine Feminine, you're accepting that and you're receiving the guidance well and using it to do what you're being guided to do. In this card, there's like, I think like a spirit guide or something around this woman who's guiding her to like create this pie, and there are all these indications and pictures that reference Cherry, and her name is Cherry, so it's like not rejecting something that was made for you, accepting what was made for you. Is this acceptance card about for the Divine Feminine's energy? So I have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like for some Divine Feminine, you're realizing that certain job or career is not made for you. Stop trying to like push against the system and make a square peg fit in a round hole. If something doesn't work, if something really isn't where you're supposed to be growing and building with another person or another situation, then you're accepting that. You're realizing, okay, I have to go a different direction. And the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups, so I almost feel like you're getting ready. I feel like you might be getting ready to kind of cut loose with a certain situation where you've been trying to make it work, but you've accepted that it's just not meant to work. You may be messaging or just letting that person or letting that situation know that, you know, this isn't going to work for me anymore. I feel like some people may be realizing they're not meant to do a traditional job, something like that. So what is this Three of Pentacles in reverse about? What's this Three of Pentacles reverse? Two of Swords. So it's like this is a decision, like I said, that you hadn't made, that you tried to make work for you in your life. But there's acceptance now that, you know what, maybe there's a reason that it hasn't worked so far. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. So again, could definitely be regarding to work or career, that type of path. Acceptance that you're supposed to be doing something else. You're not supposed to be growing in where you've been to date. And I have the Hierophant reversed and the Queen of Cups upright. So listening to your intuition to say, yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to be committed to whatever I've been committed to, whatever that may be. Could also be a karmic partner if you have one, or some type of karmic relationship. Bottom of the deck is the Moon reverse. So again, it's like I feel like you're going to be letting this person or letting the situation know that, hey, things are shifting, things have changed, this no longer really resonates with me. Okay. There. So one more card for acceptance for the Divine Feminine's energy. Nine of Cups. You've accepted that what's going to make you happy is what's going to make you happy. And your Nine of Cups is not someone else's Nine of Cups. It's not the society's Nine of Cups necessarily, and that's fine. And if you've been delaying this, you haven't been pursuing it, you're realizing and accepting that this urge or this need that I have is not going to be like fulfilled in another way. It is what it is. But I definitely feel like some of you are going to be like stepping forth, being like, you know what, this isn't working for me, so let's stop it. So the next card for the Divine Feminine's energy, we have the Rejection card. So this is definitely talking about fear, talking about doubt, thinking about, you know, is my plan going to go through? Is my business proposal things like that. Is that going to go through? You may also be dealing with naysayers who may be like rejecting what it is you're doing, rejecting what it is you're pursuing in your life. Now, from the book, for the rejection card, it says, you don't have to be on the quote-unquote inside track. Be true to yourself and you will not be unhappy. Rejection is spirit's protection. Am I working with or against my environment? What is the purpose of my present solitude? This has to do with the focus on others' approval, on supportive environment, working alone, and the possible arrival of a teacher. So again, it's like, don't fear that someone's not going to accept you, someone's not going to want what it is that you have to offer. And I feel like this is coming through a few different ways. This is definitely related to love, but also related to work and career, fear of rejection, especially for those of you who are thinking of starting your own businesses. I feel like you may be thinking of doing something creative or just thinking of doing something different, and there's a fear that it won't go well, that you won't be accepted for your craft, for what it is that you have to offer, that you want to offer the world. So let's get a card for this. Why is this rejection card here for Divine Feminine's energy? If something feels right, then it feels right. And look, we have the Nine of Cups. So again, if you finally accepted that your path is your path and you're supposed to pursue something you're supposed to pursue, then there's no need to worry about rejection or fear. You have to offer what you have to offer because it makes you happy and it's your true purpose. Bottom of the deck is the Fool, so don't be afraid to take a leap of faith or go and pursue something because of possible rejection. If something is rejected, like it said in the book, it's protection because it's not for you. And sometimes we don't know what's not for us until we attempt to have it. And then it gets blocked and it feels like, man, that's disappointing. But that may not be the right opportunity for you to flourish. So why is this Nine of Cups here? Queen of Swords. Four of Pentacles. You need to release. You need to like be logical about this and say, I'm just going to go for this. If I want this, then I'm going to go for it, and that's that. I'm going to release my fears. I'm going to release what's been holding me back, because if something makes me happy, then that's what I need to go for. Point blank, period. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor reverse. So I feel like you're not needing to hold yourself back for another person, especially regarding love and relationships. Don't hold yourself back out of fear, out of wanting to overly control the situation, out of feelings for your divine masculine, or feelings of wanting to control the situation so that you can only win. If something, again, doesn't work out for you, it's because it wasn't meant to be working out for you in that aspect. We got tons of cards. So what is this rejection card about? Okay, so we have the King of Swords reversed, the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, Seven of Wands reversed. So I almost feel like for those of you who this resonates with, it's like rejection's on your mind and you're thinking of literally like all of the different possibilities for how things can go wrong. And it's almost like you're like, okay, I want to pursue, let's say, a certain job or something. Okay, I want to pursue a certain job. I want to make this my full-time thing that I do. You're thinking of all of the possible paths to rejection and only one possible path to success. And I feel like you are needing to get out of your own head thinking about that. You're needing to just be strong and power through and say, you know what, I'm just going to do it. To not hold back, to not think of all the possible negatives, which lower your confidence and make you feel out of balance and make you feel like you don't have clarity on what it is that you want, even though you actually do have clarity because you know what makes you happy and you know what you feel like you need to pursue. But it's like your mind gets a little bit cloudy or foggy and then unsure about what to do as the next step. So, excuse me, I'm just going to pause the video. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. So the last card that we have for the energy of the Divine Feminine is the Growth card. So again, there's something that you're working on doing. It looks like you're really working on shifting to like something that really aligns with your soul purpose and like the reason that you are here. So, so from the book it's saying, it may be time for a change of scenery. Visit a foreign country, embark on a new enterprise, or learn a skill. Most importantly, grow. What have I outgrown? Am I willing to become independent? So it's about taking a stand, living your truth, the lack of safety, clashing values. So it's like going against the grain and just growing in whatever way you feel like you need to. You may be needing to like break out of your shell, grow towards that area that you've been feeling guided to grow towards again. Overall, and I'm going to clarify this, but overall, it's like Divine Feminine are really being pushed to grow and express all of the kind of guidance that they've been receiving behind the scenes. It's time to start living that now, basically. So let's get a card to clarify growth. Card to clarify growth, Divine Feminine's energy. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So it's time, Divine Feminine, where you're going to be outgrowing and leaving the situations that have been leaving you feel neglected or leaving you feel like you're not growing anymore. So if you're in some type of situation where it feels stagnant, it's like it's time to move out of that. It's time to grow to all of the abundance that is coming towards you. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, it's like getting this energy, growing into a place where you take on this energy of stability, of like being self-aware and just strong and completely self-sufficient, but in the way that a queen is. So yeah, you're still going to be caring, but you have everything, especially from a material sense, and this has been coming through throughout the reading, that this is related to career somehow, where you just have that stability, you have that knowingness, and you're just sitting on your throne. So it's like it's time to thrive, it's time to move. So let's get some clarifiers. This is Ace of Wands about. Ace of Swords, yeah, you have clarity of mind. You've accepted everything. You're ready to speak your truth. And so now it's a start for a new beginning where you're really pursuing your passions, the things that make you feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. So it's like you already know what it is. These are things that, again, have been lingering within you and around you for a while, but you're just now getting to that point of acceptance and overcoming any feelings of fear and rejection. It's time to grow towards them. And clarifying the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles again, and the Six of Wands. So we're moving in a new direction. We're leaving this Five of Pentacles behind. We're going to the Six of Wands, where there's victory after struggle, and we're ready for the new challenge. We're we're going out of this Four of Wands. We're not going back to this. What else is this growth card about? What else is this growth card about? Knight of Cups. Okay, you're moving towards what makes you feel happy. You may also, as you're doing and growing this way, you may receive some type of message or return from your divine masculine. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups reversed. So again, it's like you're growing out of a place of emotional heartache, emotional and material feelings of lack and joy. And I'm pretty sure this came up in the divine masculine version of this reading too. Yeah, Nine of Wands reversed. You're moving out of this. We're growing onwards and upwards. Everything that's been unbalanced, like we're fixing that now that we're taking action. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get another card from this deck to see like what's the energy for Divine Feminine for this week. So September 30th to October 6th, October 7th. September 30th to October 7th, Divine Feminine energy. Look at that, completion. Like I said, some of you Divine Feminine are really going to be like cutting things off. You're going to be, especially with the acceptance, I feel like you're going to be telling people that a situation no longer works for them, leaving your job. With rejection, again, endings here, ending of fear. If something's blocked from you, it's not for you. You're going to be coming to a cycle of completion. You're going to be letting something end that needs to end and being able to move on. And it's almost like grieving whatever happened, looking back and saying, okay, that was positive, but then being ready to move on from it as well. Completion of a cycle, I feel. And the bottom of the deck for that is wisdom. Yeah, you're going to be learning your lessons from whatever situations that are ending, that are coming to a completion in your life. And again, being able to mourn them and, you know, look at your time was whatever it was and be like, okay, I learned a lesson here, but still being able to move on from it and say, thank you for the lesson, but now I'm ready to move on. And we got a ton of cards, but you can see the ones that really popped out, the Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Death card, some others. So I'm going to shuffle again. The Moon. You're going to know that the things that are ending in your life are meant to be ending. Yeah, there could be certain... I feel like for some of you, as these endings happen, yeah, there'll still be secrets or there'll still be a lack of 100% like closure, but you're still going to have the understanding, okay, this is just the way that it's ending. I've learned the lesson. I've become wiser from the situation and I'm ready to move forward. The bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. So like I said, I feel like you're going to be able to look back at whatever situations are ending and be like, okay, I learned the lesson. I've become wiser for it. And I can kind of use my intuition the rest of the way to move on. And I have the Page of Cups upright, the King of Cups reversed, and also the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So I definitely feel like there could be endings for work. Also with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups reversed, could be completion of a cycle for some other type of, you know, karmic relationship that you are dealing with. Also could be getting some type of word or communication from your divine masculine. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles, so all of it is just contributing to you feeling much more stable and secure in where you're going, because again, you're growing. You came up as the Queen of Pentacles for one of the bottoms of the deck, so it's all about getting that stability. I'll just get one more card for Divine Feminine. Any Divine Feminine advice. I'm getting lots of cards popping for you. I want to see if I can get this one. Excuse me. Maybe nothing else wants to come out. Divine Feminine advice. Okay, so I got the isolation card, which is interesting because when we got the rejection card, it was about a little bit about being alone and kind of being willing to take on things by yourself and not be overcome by any fear of rejection or doubt that someone else may put onto you. So I feel like the advice is, as you are completing your cycles and realizing it, to remember to take time to really process things by yourself, but to not stay there forever. Process things, put to bed whatever situation is ending, and take time to do that, but still realize the joy in what's happened and the joy and excitement you have going forward to really pursue what it is that you're meant to be doing. Because that's what it's really about right now, it seems like, for you, Divine Feminine. So that is your reading. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. And yeah, if you've been experiencing any of these energies. Yeah, again, if you're interested in a reading, link is in the description. And I will see you in my next video.